December 1945. Long Beach, New York. Winter dusk settles over the Corleone compound, silent except for distant car engines and the shifting weight of bodyguards in wool coats. Inside, the air is thick with the smell of tobacco and aftershave, starched linen on the table, 2 tumblers of whiskey untouched. Vito Corleone, 58 years old, gray at the temples, hands folded in front of him, waits in his study. Tom Hagen, the German-Irish consigliere, stands at his right. Sonny, broad-shouldered and restless, leans forward on his elbows. Fredo keeps to the wall, eyes down. Virgil Sollozzo enters with the Tattaglia representatives. He is compact, sharp-featured, his nose a memory of Turkish ancestors, hence the Turk. His suit is new, pressed, his manner urgent, confident, unwilling to be kept waiting. He opens blunt. In Italy we say, money talks. Gentlemen, narcotics will make us more in one day than gambling earns in a year. He lays out the numbers. $500,000 needed up front, millions to return. He has connections in Turkey, raw poppy, heroin refined in Palermo, shipped by trusted men from Sicily. But what he lacks is political cover. Judges, senators, Don Corleone, you have influence where we do not. You make this operation safe. Vito listens, face impassive in the dim light, eyes narrow, barely moving. And when the newspapers start printing stories about dope in the schools, he asks. He drums thick fingers on the polished desk. I have friends in City Hall. 30 years I build. Judges who owe me their seats. If I protect you, I lose them. Sollozzo's tone hardens. If you don't move with the times, Don, you get left behind. The Tattaglias are not afraid. A beat passes. Sonny interrupts, can't help himself. Maybe there's a way to keep things quiet. With the unions, the trucks, we could… Vito's glance is sharp as glass. Sonny sits back, chastened. Sollozzo studies the Don. He sees an old man, unsteady, clinging to traditions, family, omerta, respect. He mistakes patience for weakness. He notes Sonny's interest, files it away. Fredo is invisible, Tom is silent. Sollozzo thinks, if the old man falls, the son will deal. The meeting ends. Vito rises, voice low but final. I wish you luck, but I must refuse. It's not for me. It's too dangerous for my world. As Sollozzo and Tattaglia exit, Vito quietly rebukes Sonny. Never let anyone outside the family know what you're thinking. Sonny lowers his eyes. Outside, Sollozzo mutters to Tattaglia. He is the obstacle. Remove him. We take the future. What Sollozzo cannot see. Vito's network is invisible. A lattice of favors, debts, secrets stretching across New York's legal and political world. Earned over 30 winters. It cannot be bought for any sum. Sollozzo understands money and violence. He does not understand power. Snow begins to fall as the cars pull away, muffling the sound of tires. Inside, Vito stands at the window, fingers folded, gaze set far into the dark. The conflict is set. The old world and the new have declared war. December 1945. Lower Manhattan. Cold air, lights strung over Mulberry Street. Vito Corleone, age 58, exits Genco Olive Oil with his son Fredo trailing. Street vendors hawk oranges, bells ring, the city breathes Christmas. The Don walks slow, heavy coat over his frame. Fredo, nervous, clutches his father's briefcase, meant to protect, but hands trembling. Shoppers jostle, a taxi horn blares, ordinary day, seconds from extraordinary violence. Suddenly, a dark Plymouth pulls up. 2 gunmen, black coats, hats low, emerge. Their shoes slap wet pavement. One yells, "Hey, Don Corleone!" Vito turns. The first shot cracks. Left shoulder, blood splatters the brick. Second, a foot closer, chest, missing the heart by inches. Third, hip, bone shatters. Fourth, Vito collapses, bullet tears through his left thigh. Fifth, grazes scalp, a red stripe above the ear. Vito slumps against the car, groaning. Fredo stares, drops his pistol, sobs. Knees buckle. He cannot move, cannot shield his father. The attackers retreat in under 30 seconds. Car squeals away. Fruit spills into gutter, oranges rolling, red blood flooding holiday green. At 11:18 a.m., paramedics lift a blood-soaked Don into ambulance. In Roosevelt Hospital, 4 surgeons in white struggle to save him. Bullet count, 5 wounds. Vitals are faint. For hours it is touch and go. If he survives the night, he may live, whispers Dr. Sabini, wiping sweat, eyes hollow. The Don's pulse is slow, willpower fighting with every beat. News spreads. Corleone phones ring from Brooklyn to Little Italy. By dusk, the family converges. Sonny, hands shaking with rage. Tom Hagen, suit rumpled, face stone. Connie, eyes swollen. Fredo, silent, shaking. Sonny seizes command. I'm acting Don. Who did this? Where's Luca? Tom, get our people moving. No deals. We hit back. Across town, Sollozzo waits. He lights a cigarette in Tattaglia's club, tells his partners, it's done. Old man's gone. Now Sonny takes over. We talk business. Relief softens his jaw for the first time in days. Orders champagne with Tattaglia. Thrill of victory. Fleeting. Sollozzo needs confirmation. Minutes later, his men return. He dropped. 5 shots. Looked dead. Satisfaction. But within the hour, rumors swirl. The Don might not be dead. In panic, Sollozzo's plan pivots. He seizes Tom Hagen on 6th Avenue, blindfolds him, delivers him to a dark warehouse. Tell Sonny, make the deal, forget your father. Tom's voice, calm, clipped. Vito's alive. If he stays that way, you're finished. Sollozzo's hands tremble. You tell Sonny, I don't want more blood. You tell him he's got to forget that old man. Elsewhere, Corleone networks ignite. Dozens of soldiers walk the avenues, guns under coats. Political allies call in favors. Police whisper in Sonny's ear. Sollozzo scrambles. He cannot leave the Don alive. He buys Captain Mark McCluskey, corrupt, brutal, to clear hospital security for a second hit. Hospital lights burn late. Corleone's enemies plan one more attempt, convinced no man, however old, however wounded, could possibly survive again. They do not understand what a lifetime's alliances and the will of an old lion can summon from the ashes. Next, with Vito exposed and Tom in captivity, Michael steps from the shadows. Everything Sollozzo never saw coming. December 1945. New York, snow on the sidewalk. A city braced for Christmas, but shadowed by violence. St. Luke's Hospital, Upper Manhattan. Time, 10:47 p.m. Michael Corleone's shoes squeak on linoleum. He enters the hospital lobby, the smell of antiseptic stinging his nostrils. Elevator hums. Ward is silent. Too silent. Nurses gone. 2 empty folding chairs where bodyguards should be. No police, no sentries. Only the hallway's pale yellow light. Michael's heart drums. Something is wrong. He walks quickly. 3rd floor, room 304, Vito Corleone's door ajar. Inside, the Don lays unconscious, chest rising slow, machines ticking. But outside, only spectral quiet. Michael's breath hangs in air. No guards, Michael's whisper. A nod from the lone night nurse. Fear flickers in her eyes. Michael orders, "They'll come soon. Help me. We move him now." Together, they slide Vito's bed from the window to behind the door, breathless, ropes of plastic tubes trembling with every motion. Footsteps echo below, unseen, deliberate. Michael steps into the corridor, face pale but steady. Sharp December cold leaks in around the window glass. Then, Enzo the baker arrives, hat in hand, voice trembling. "I came to say thank you to your father." Michael pulls him to the entrance. "Stand with me." Two men in the dark shadows outside. Michael and Enzo, side by side, hands in coat pockets. No guns, but they must look armed. The car slows, figures stare, assess. 1 second, 2. The threat of violence pulsing in the cold. The car pulls away, exhaust curling in the winter air. Michael's hands shake uncontrollably. Enzo's breath rasps, glasses fogged. But Michael's eyes, dry, calm, fixed on the door. Inside the room, Michael returns to his father's side, brushes hair from Vito's brow. Quiet promise. "I'm with you, Pop. I'm with you now." Not the tourist, not the outsider. Family, the protector. The nurse weeps silently. Police sirens. Captain McCluskey storms in, his uniform shadow stretching down the corridor. Thick, meaty fist slams Michael's jaw. Crack of bone, copper taste of blood. McCluskey shouts, "You want to get your old man killed? Get out of here." Michael lands on the floor, jaw dislocated, vision swimming. He does not cry out. Sonny Corleone's rage explodes when he learns Sollozzo and McCluskey, together, have assaulted the family. In the dimly lit dining room at 4 a.m., the Corleone hierarchy gathers: Sonny, hot-blooded; Tom Hagen, logical; Clemenza, silent as a grave; Michael, swollen jaw, ice pressed to cheek, speaks softly. Voice unbreaking. "They'll come for Pop again. I want to help." Sonny scoffs. "You, kill a cop and a Turk? This isn't the army." Tom shakes his head. "It'll mean war with the police." Michael's eyes cut through the smoke. "That's why it will work. Sollozzo underestimates me. He thinks I'm still a civilian. He'll let me get close. I'll kill them both, Sollozzo and McCluskey." Laughter from Sonny, a bitter bark. Michael's tone never breaks. "It's not personal, Sonny. It's strictly business." The harsh echo of their father's code. The plan forms, practiced again and again. Clemenza instructs, "Pistol, taped behind the tank. Go in, get the gun, 2 shots to the head. Don't think, don't hesitate, come out shooting." Michael rehearses, muscles coiling like wire. One movement, practiced 24 times, fingers tightening around imagined steel. His kind, scholarly face reflected in the bathroom mirror, darkening with each rehearsal. Sollozzo believes his own myth, that a college boy, war hero, weak in the streets, poses no threat. He agrees to the meeting, believing he leads Michael to surrender. The city waits in darkness as the stage is set for reversal. In the winter night, the killing power of the dawn transfers, unexpectedly, lethally, to the youngest son. 1946. Bronx, New York. Louis Restaurant, 8:43 p.m. Metal chairs scrape tile as a waiter passes. Garlic and oregano linger in the warm air, clinging to coats and skin. On the wall, a framed photo of the Pope stares down, his gaze hollow. A low hum of voices, families, couples, laughter, masks the dread knotted in Michael Corleone's stomach. Outside, headlights flicker as Captain McCluskey's police car pulls up. The clock in the kitchen reads 8:40. Sollozzo in the passenger seat, McCluskey behind the wheel, Michael's silent in the back. 30 seconds in the lot while McCluskey crunches a Tums and mutters about his ulcer. Sollozzo's eyes slide over Michael. One last measure of the college boy before stepping into the restaurant's yellow light. They enter together. Sollozzo signals silently, pulling Michael by the elbow. The restaurant is half full. 3 men at the bar, an old couple under the window, a waitress sweeping crumbs from a corner table. Sollozzo pats Michael down for weapons, hands impersonal, quick, nothing. McCluskey grins, heavy with authority. "Kid's clean. Let's eat. I'm starving." They take a corner booth. Sollozzo against the wall, Michael to his right, McCluskey facing out. Forks clink against plates. Waiter brings menus. Sollozzo orders in Italian, praises the veal, a gesture as old as his suit. The routine comforts him. He's convinced he is in control. Just a frightened boy, a spent cop, an unbeatable Turk. Small talk drifts, wine, the Yankees. McCluskey laughs too loud, pours himself deep red, dribbles down his shirt front. He's not watching Michael. Sollozzo leans closer, voice low, switches to rapid Italian. Your father's alive. Is good. We work this out, eh? Trust me. Michael answers, halting, respectful. Cosa volete? What do you want? His eyes do not blink. Sollozzo smiles, smoke curling from the corner of his mouth. Only money, only business. Suddenly, Michael's voice cracks. Mi scusi, dov'è il bagno? He stands. McCluskey checks him from the side, half amused. Sollozzo shrugs, waves the waiter over. In back, right of kitchen. Michael moves. The hallway is cold, tiled, silent, but for water trickling above the ceiling. He pushes into the bathroom, locks the door. 2 stalls, one cleaner than the other. Pipes clang behind plaster. His hand finds rough tape behind the high tank. A worn Colt, 38. Clemenza's instructions echo, don't think, just get up and do it. Chamber. Filled. 3 bullets. Michael pauses, stares at himself in the mottled mirror. 26 years old. Not a gangster, not a boy. He breathes in through the nose, eyes fixed. The noise outside recedes. He returns, steps steady, face pale but set. 12 seconds since he left the table. McCluskey is talking, mouth open, fork poised over veal. Sollozzo lights a cigarette. The air thickens. Sollozzo's final words in Italian. Così, come dicevo. So, as I was saying. Michael sits, hand slides beneath jacket. World narrows, gun drawn. First shot, Sollozzo's forehead, pink mist erupting. Cigarette tumbles from his lips. McCluskey's head jerks, wineglass shatters on tile. His hand fumbles for his revolver, but too late. Michael fires, throat first, crimson jet splashes across white linen. Third shot, center of his brow, buckles him against the table's edge. 3 seconds, 3 shots. Restaurant shatters in chaos. A woman screams. Plates drop, silverware skitters across linoleum. Michael stands, gun limp in his right hand, cold sweat running down his back. He drops the weapon. The tape leaves no prints. Metal clatters once against the floor. He walks through the shrieks, passes the frightened faces, does not look back at Sollozzo's open, startled eyes. The college boy, the war hero, the angel of death. Outside, Clemenza's Buick glows under the street lamp. The door snaps open. Michael slides into the rear seat, heart thudding. Clemenza looks once in the rear view. You did good, kid. Real good. Tires screech. They vanish into black rain. In the safe house, Michael's hands shake. He stares through cracked blinds at a city about to erupt. 3 hours later, fake passport in hand, he boards Pan Am Flight 118 to Rome. Sicily tomorrow. What Sollozzo never understood. Michael was not the weakest link. He was the weapon no one saw coming. 30 seconds inside Louis Restaurant, and the 5 families spiral toward war. December 1945. New York Daily News. Headline, Cop killer on loose. Mob war explodes. Gray dawn settles on Mulberry Street. Blood on the sidewalk. 3 shell casings glinting in the gutter. The city wakes to fury and panic. Within 24 hours, the mayor holds a press conference, voice tight. We will crush these murderers. No one is above the law. Federal agents sweep into Little Italy, 5 unmarked sedans at 10:47 a.m. FBI wiretaps stretch for miles, Every mobster's phone now sings with static and fear. Day 3. Philip Tattaglia, face drawn, swears vengeance. The Corleones have declared war on all of us. By week's end, alliances harden like concrete. Barzini and Cuneo side with Tattaglia. Strachey follows, sensing a winner. The Corleones, once the most powerful family, stand isolated. Sonny paces the carpet, thin in the study, fists tight. Strike back. Now, double the muscle on every corner. Clemenza nods, but shares a glance with Tessio. Tom Hagen whispers, "We're losing every friend your father made." This is what he feared. That night, a Corleone soldier falls outside Vanzetta's bakery, 2 slugs in the chest. Next morning, police find a Tattaglia capo folded into a Buick trunk, wrists broken, face unrecognizable. By Sunday, a 9-year-old girl is dead, caught in a crossfire on 116th Street. A white handkerchief flutters from her mother's hands, stained red. Week 2. Sonny orders Bruno Tattaglia found. Send a message. They track him to an after-hours club in Brooklyn. 3 men enter at 3:14 a.m. Bruno never leaves. News spreads. Don's son found face down in gutter, 3 shots, 1 eye gone. Sonny claims credit. His men cheer. The city shudders. The war expands. Ice trucks explode behind delis. Gunfire rattles over dinner plates. By week 4, 17 Corleone soldados dead, 11 from Tattaglia Barzini side. Civilians pay price, 6 more slain. Business fronts torched, ashes littering Bay Ridge, the Bronx, Red Hook. Police make 218 arrests by month's end. Judges who once golfed with Vito now refuse calls. Political protection evaporates. Inside St. Luke's Hospital, Vito Corleone lies still, eyes closed, speech stolen. 4 months will pass before his steps echo through the house again. At night, only Tom and Mama whisper at his bedside. Sonny rages in his absence, each bullet another answer to his father's sleeping silence. Late February. Sonny wins battles, but opens new wounds. Barzini sets bait. Sunday morning, Sonny drives to avenge Connie's beating. The toll booth at Jones Beach, 7:42 a.m. Men with submachine guns step from the shadows. 52 rounds tear Sonny apart, his blood pooling on cold steel and cement. The Corleone family fractures. Tom Hagen weeps alone. Clemenza and Tessio clutch at territory, losing ground each week. Michael is gone, vanished to Sicily, a rumor, a ghost. Vito's hand-picked empire nearly destroyed by 6 months of open war. 37 soldiers dead, 12 civilians, dozens of businesses obliterated. Every warning Vito offered rings true. The drug war drew the heat he predicted. No friends, no judges, no safe harbors. His old order burned away. Sollozzo envisioned millions in heroin. What he ignited instead was chaos, ash, and an ocean of blood. In the streets, men speak of the Corleones in the past tense. The war that began with Sollozzo's underestimation now leaves New York in mourning, waiting for the old dawn to rise again, or for Barzini to finish the story. January 1946. New York, the Corleone compound stands hollow. 6 months since the shooting, Vito returns home. He moves with a cane now, slower, smaller. He is 58, but aged beyond his years. Shadows mark his face, as if each wrinkle holds the names of the dead. The war stains everything. 37 Corleone soldiers lost, 12 civilians buried by accident. Sonny, the eldest, shot to pieces at the toll booth. 62 bullets, his body barely recognizable. Michael, the youngest, in hiding across the sea. Fredo, too soft, a shell in Las Vegas. Tom Hagen, waiting with gray eyes, briefs Vito. They've taken 3 districts, union bosses flipping, politicians vanished. Night. Lamplight cuts the gloom. Soft hum of a hospital machine still lingers in memory. Vito gathers the remaining capos in the study. The silence trembles, a single cough too loud. This war, Vito announces, voice thin but clear, benefits no one. Everyone bleeds. Even the winners count what they lost. His hands shake faintly. Wine untouched. Tom speaks. He cannot hide his shock. Don Corleone, after what they did to you, to Sonny, you'll talk peace? The air freezes. Vito looks up, eyes the color of winter rain. I want to see my grandchildren grow up in peace. I am old, Tom. It's over for me if I keep fighting. Vito calls for the commission, a meeting of all 5 families. No gunmen, only the old men and their broken dreams. They convene in the basement of an olive oil warehouse, 9:31 p.m., 3 miles from the old Corleone bakery. Room heavy with the scent of pipe tobacco and sweat. Vito is the last to arrive. Every head bows, even Barzini's, as the wounded lion takes his seat. He breaks the silence first. What's done is done. I'm here to make peace, he says. His words land softly, but the room listens as if to thunder. Concessions. No revenge for Sonny. Corleones withdraw from the new narcotics trade. Tattaglia and Barzini allowed the lucrative territories. In return, Michael's safety guaranteed. Vito's mouth tightens. I ask only that my son can come home from Sicily, and no hand is raised against him. Surprise flickers across the Dons' faces. They think the old Don broken, desperate for mercy. Tattaglia is first to nod, quick and eager. Barzini, the last, weighs every syllable, finally agreeing. Peace is wise, Don Corleone. Too many sons have died. But Vito studies Barzini, the careful timing, the control. In that dim-lit room, Vito understands. Tattaglia is a mask. Barzini is the puppeteer. Sollozzo, Tattaglia, the war, tools in Barzini's slow, bleeding play. Old Don's eyes harden. The humiliation he accepts here is a down payment on future justice. After the meeting, Tom waits in the corridor. Vito leans closer, voice like lead. It was Barzini all along. Tattaglia is a pimp. Within the week, Michael's flight from Palermo is arranged. The boy who left is not the man who returns. His eyes colder, voice quieter. Vito watches him from the window. He knows his own heart will not hold many years more, but strength remains in the mind. Lessons begin at the kitchen table. Michael, never hate your enemies. It clouds your judgment. Numbers. 5. Dons. 2 hours. 1 peace agreement signed. 3 concealed pistols never drawn. Vito's revenge will wait. But Barzini's fate is already sealed. He just cannot see the noose tightening. Outside, the city exhales. Brief calm after slaughter. Inside, in shadows, strategy roots itself. Patient, silent, inevitable. October 1955. St. Anthony's Church, Brooklyn. Incense hangs in the air, heavy and sweet. Michael Corleone stands at the marble altar, godfather to his sister Connie's infant son. Rows of candles flicker, their light reflected in stained glass. Latin prayers echo from vaulted ceilings. In the nave, Michael's black eyes give away nothing. The priest asks, "Do you renounce Satan?" Michael's voice is steady. "I do renounce him." Outside, wet autumn wind whips down the avenue. Somewhere, a car engine idles. Across the city, 5 men move in parallel. Clemenza, Tessio, Alneri, Willie Ticci, Rocco Lampone. 3 years of patience now snap into action. Each man follows a route mapped by Vito's network. Silent doors, back entrances, a nod from a doorman, a whispered code word. 30 years of favors called in at exactly 10 a.m. Don Barzini leaves his courthouse steps, flanked by bodyguards in wool coats. 2 shots ring out, chest, then face. Barzini crumples, shoes scraping marble, the architect of betrayal erased in 12 seconds. Philip Tattaglia lies in bed with a prostitute at the St. Regis Hotel, 3rd floor, room 3111. A silenced pistol. No warning. Pillow muffles the sound. Blood spreads across white linen as his backers die with him. In Las Vegas, Mo Green relaxes face down on a massage table. A brass-handled door opens. Neri, dark-suited, fires one round straight through the eye. Green is dead before his attendant screams. In the Otis elevator, Manhattan Midtown, Strachey gasps as garroting wire bites deep, breath stopped mid-curse. Downtown, Cuneo enters a revolving door in the Cleveland Club. 2 men step in behind. 6 shots, close range, body sliding against glass. Inside St. Anthony's, baptismal water trickles over the child's head. Michael recites vows, voice as cold and measured as a verdict. Church bells peal above sirens in the street. One network, orchestrated with military precision. 5 kills, 5 locations, all within half an hour. Every exit covered by Vito's old contacts, judges delayed, patrolmen looked the other way. 30 years of loyalty now converge in a single morning. Retaliation? Impossible. Every enemy Don is dead. Police see nothing. Politicians signal a return to business as usual. The Corleones rise, not as upstarts, but as the only power left standing. Sollozzo's mistake is now clear. He gambled on violence and speed, a single hit, hoping to shatter a legacy. But Vito's power was never in his fists. It was in the invisible architecture. Favors, secrets, debts incurred over decades. Sollozzo's life ends at 42. His empire, ashes within days, drug shipment impounded, men without leaders wandering or dead. He never understood that killing a man cannot kill a network. Michael, 32, sits in the study, turkey carpet beneath his feet, red velvet curtains drawn. Capos file through, whisper, Don Corleone. Michael nods, silent, coldly efficient. The family's reach is broader, deeper, untouchable. Sollozzo thought the Corleones could be destroyed with a bullet. He never realized, old age does not mean weakness. Sometimes it is the only true power. 30 years of patience, paid in blood, outlast every impulsive act. The circle is complete. The boy they underestimated now controls a kingdom Sollozzo could never imagine.